us, let's put on a show. It's a pandemic, but we're ready to go. Lights, camera, action from a distance, you know it's time for late night Fetoid.
Oh, hello. Cinema. The art of painting with light and sound to create a story we can watch while fondling a date or trying to fall asleep. By the early 2000s, filmmaking tools and technology had become cheap and accessible enough to allow the riffraff to make a go of it. In 2007, a group of friends began making short films under the name Fetus in Fetu, referencing the condition when one baby grows inside another baby. Now called Fetoid Pictures, because Googling the old name showed bloody images of deformed baby parts, the team has continued to make short films that delight a small subset of weirdos and malcontents. After tonight's film, we will have a live conversation with some of the creative geniuses that brought the production to life. And now, Fetoid Pictures presents Worlds Apart, Two Worlds, Two Hearts.
You have no right to cross between the worlds. You cannot disobey the order, Jerry Starling.
To hell with the order, Jerry Nightingale. I'll take whatever I want.
Do you want to try that new restaurant tonight? James? Mexican food?
Sorry, Lucas. I'm just not feeling it. Can't we stay home instead?
Well, we've been doing a lot of that lately.
Work is stressful. I need to relax.
Fine, it's just... I wish we could get out of town.
Kind of hard to do on one income. My lunch break is up. Don't forget this.
It's not mine.
I thought you had a lunchbox.
It's not my lunchbox. There's a lady with a sword over there.
Looks like your lunchbox.
What just happened?
That's a sword. Is that a sword? Are you LARPing?
Give me the box.
What box? The lunchbox? We don't want any trouble. That's a dragon!
The box. Give it to me.
Now hold on a minute. Something weird just happened. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. We're in a different place than we were a minute ago. You don't need the sword.
Someone just took the lunchbox.
I'm trying to have a conversation. Now, we can give you the lunchbox, or any of the food, or the weird drugs that you have inside. We just need to know where we are and what happened.
I will not let a minor irritation such as you prevent me from going between the two worlds.
Lucas, give her the lunchbox.
I can't.
I understand that, but do it anyway.
No, I told you. The weird guy took it.
It got stolen? Can't believe you didn't tell me.
I tried to. You didn't listen to me.
Ah, where are we? I don't have any bars.
We never have bars. That's why we need to change carriers.
There was a flash of light. Now we're in some weird off-brand Oz. It was the lunchbox.
It's the weird guy, James. We have to follow the sword girl, and we have to get the weird guy. Got this. What's up, gal?
Hey.
Hey, There you are. Hi. We are looking for a weird guy. He's got like a thing, and he's got the eyes, and he's like, ooh.
Does he have cute fuzzy ears like you?
Oh, that's never mind.
Good luck.
I saw the thief.
Where did they go?
I could tell you, but what's in it for me? Drawings? Drawings of strangers, no less. You really expect me to hang drawings on the walls of my house? You're strange, the lot of you. How about this, golden mirror?
No, your whole life's on there. We'll give him mine.
So black, so shiny. I'll take both.
All right. Tell us where to go.
Straight behind you, left at the old oak tree. You'll find what you be looking for.
That was good thinking with the phone.
Thank you. I know I said I wanted to get out of town, but not like this.
I'm sorry I've been snapping at you.
That's all right. Neither of us want to be here.
It's been an incredibly terrible day, but I'm glad I'm here with you.
I love you.
Lunchbox!
We're getting close. Excuse me, please stop that. Hi, it's okay. You're safe. Safe. Now, stop chewing on the box. Box. James, stay there. Box. Yeah, I'm gonna need that box. Is it? No, yeah. It's good.
Surrender the box or he dies.
James! Holy shit! A dragon!
Sweet burn, beautiful. Open it!
You know what? You have inconvenienced me for the last time. Prepare to die.
I don't think we're getting out of this one.
At least I'm with you.
Do you remember when we first met?
It's on the beach. You didn't pick me to be on your volleyball team.
I wanted to watch you play.
I thought it was because you didn't like me.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Starling! Leave them out of this! The box. The gateways have been protected. But don't open the box.
Do I get a treat now?
Creating a production from scratch in a greatly truncated time frame poses many challenges. Let's hear from the creators as they discuss their minor triumphs and devastatingly broken dreams. Hello, Fetoids!
Good evening, Fetoids and Fetoid fans. So we saw one of our movies,
And I'm Christina, and I'm hosting a Q&A from the control room of
Fetoid Films.
I'm a Fetoid through and through, and I'm also your host for this Q&A session. I have some beginning questions, but I also hope to hear from the audience, such as who worked on this film, what was the best part, what was the worst part. You may unmute your microphones, start shouting, or raise your hand and ask a question.
Did we lose Benja?
We lost Benja. We lost a very important member.
Oh no. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Everything will be fine. Watch this. There we go.
That is some light, sir.
Trying at it.
Who else worked on their lighting tonight?
My mic has not worked though, so we're still in the middle of kind of trying out everything here. Am I coming through fairly okay?
Yes.
You sound great.
Hey, thank you.
Wow, Jeremy. Nice shirt.
Thank you. It felt like a festive occasion.
Thank you, everybody, for dressing up. So yeah, I guess for posterity's sake, if we're going to start talking about what I like most about this movie, other than the title, which is proof that we do everything democratically.
It is a very important tenet of the Fetus and Fetu Constitution. We're a democracy, more so than the country we live in. Yeah. So that was the best or the worst, Nate?
Oh, I love the title. And the more I think about it, the more I love it. I think my initial bid was to just call it Fetoid or Feast and Fetu X, just 10, because this is the 10th movie for Fetus and Fetu.
That is very important to note. 10th anniversary. And how long ago was that? 4 years?
It's 4.
Wow. Right. Do we have a bad from you, Nate?
The worst part about this? It would have to be probably trying to drag an entire crew around Selwood Park on a beautiful sunny Saturday in July while trying to convince us that this is an alien world. I just remember there being so many crew members.
It was our largest film.
Yeah, insane. Versus films that actually look vastly larger. I wish you could really understand how much effort goes into every shot of Worlds Apart. It was so hard to do.
Speaking of the alien worlds, we had a huge contribution of alien costumes from a play that many of the Fetoids were in, written, created, directed, costume designed, etc. by Benja Barker. Has that fellow rejoined? Benja, are you here with us?
I think he's still attempting.
Oh, well, until then, Mary Suzanne, what can you tell us about the ill-fated lotus scene?
Oh, okay. Well, hi. I forgot. I didn't know this was going to be Zoom, so I didn't put on makeup. I apologize. Also, this is Gracie. So y'all wrote the script, and it called for Dana to drive up in the Lotus, leap out, and do something. And I'm like, yeah, guys, Dana doesn't drive a stick. Dana doesn't really drive, but she definitely doesn't drive a stick. And also that car you cannot leap out of. And we got it all the way there, like, we'll be fine. And then we got all the way in there, and she looked at the script and went, I can't drive a stick, and I cannot leap out of that car. So I'm like, yes, I was right. So it went like, okay, well, we'll just have her get out of the car. And then she tried getting out of the car, and then it just did not. And like, I love you guys. We want to use this car somewhere other than that first one in Dave's garage. He still has it, though, so we can still use it in the next one. Benj is here.
All right. That's excellent to hear. We still have a Lotus connection. That's very important.
Yes.
Benja, Mr. Benja Barker, we were just discussing you, And we had the initial question of, what was the best part of working on this film? What was the worst part of working on this film? Nate offered that, well, we had to convince everybody, 85-degree weather, beautiful sunny day, going into the Selwood Park, and Benja has no audio. So who here can do a really good Benja impression?
It's
Who
the
wants to
pilot
answer
episode,
that question?
everybody.
He doesn't have audio, but he has fantastic glasses, and that's all that matters.
Well, let's get Benja on the chat if he needs a way to communicate.
Well, he said we're all beautiful, and that's probably all we need to hear. Let's see here. Mr. Ryan Scott, I see your torso. Do you have anything to offer about the best and the worst part of working on Between Two Worlds?
Oh, that was a tough edit. That was a really tough edit to put it together. There was a lot of shots that needed to be spliced with the audio from other shots to make it work. It was very challenging, and having 2 days to do it, I think we did great. I don't have much to add.
Was that a best or a worst?
It was a little bit of both. It was just a really, really fun thing to come up against, is trying to make the audio and the video match up. And I think not having any control over the shots, just getting the information and trying to put it together as best you can, presents a lot of its own challenges. And it was just, I don't know, a lot of fun.
So speaking of sound, I recall from that shoot that we were using a boom in the middle of a park, and there was a lot of weatherish sounds, and we did not have Godiva yet on our team. Mary Suzanne was there working, I don't know, going between coordinating car and costume and a few other things. Godiva, what do you think about joining Fetus and Fetu and working sound, taking some sound tasks on after Mary Suzanne had blazed the way for us?
Oh shit! Here I am. It was interesting. I think it was the first time that I had ever worked in like film instead of just audio. And I think Astrojack 2, I worked with Mary Suzanne, and I don't think you knew who I was that well, and you just ignored me until you're like, here, hold the field recorder. And then like you ran off, and then the next time I did it, I was on my own, I was by myself, and I was like, well, I know I use a field recorder. So, but yeah, it's always chaotic, and it's always like, well, I guess it's chaotic, and I love it, so that's why I keep doing it.
That's the name of the game, right? Chaos. I noticed that we have not very many fans present. We have a lot of people who have made films with Fetus and Fetu present. Do we have any fans that might have any questions out there?
Yeah, how many people we got?
Well, oh, there's somebody. There's a fan.
Hey, gang. I know some of you, if not most of you at this point, but I'm curious how you all come up with the
Ooh, well, Benja wrote this script with a new co-writer who hasn't joined us since, but he can't talk today. Anybody want to comment on this particular idea?
What is it? How we come up with the stories?
Yeah, I'm just curious, like in general for the 48-hour fest, how you come up with the stories ahead of time, or if you come up with them ahead of time.
Oh, it's really interesting because it's really interesting. I've experienced the 48 with one other team, and from what I heard, we have a pretty cool way of doing it. We actually involve everybody in the very beginning of the process. everybody gets a say. Everybody gets to have something to throw at what we call the shitboard. Sometimes things stick, sometimes things don't. And eventually we all kind of settle somewhere that we're pseudo satisfied on. And then it goes off to the next players, usually the people who are going to go write it and finish it off with the director.
So that begs the question, prompted by a comment by Mary Suzanne, how important are pants?
If you cannot wear pants whenever possible, it's the best, especially when we do a lot of these in the middle of summertime.
I can't wait for the Easter egg coming up in another film.
I'm sporting a very, very small piece of printed shorts and the shirt I was married in. That is my, it was my costume for this particular shoot. It was hot.
Speaking of hot, how about that kiss between Nate and Castro?
It was good stuff. And if Castro's on there, I forget how many of these, how many productions we had been together. I know we had done 4 treks together, and this is our first Fetus and Fetu. So I think this is like our 5th outing together, not including the Quantum Doorway. But yeah, I've been, as of this summer, I have been doing productions with Ryan Castro for 10 years. So this is great. Working with Ryan Castro was the best because he's fearless. He's down for anything and he moves quickly, which was a huge, huge part of this, getting to this next shot. To get back to talking about what we did for writing, one of the largest factors that we had, oh, Benji, are you there? Oh, one of the largest factors we had going into this one was a lot of the sets and the costumes from Explorers of the Quantum Doorway that we put up at Action Adventure Theater in early 2016. And that was one of the big things that we had going into it. And that's usually how we structure a lot of our writing is, what do we have on hand, physically, people-wise, sets, gimmicks, special effects, and then the writers usually carry that with them into the writer's room. For this particular, for Worlds Apart, I think the idea was that we were going to have these 2 people using lunch boxes to go to various realities, and we were going to pepper these realities with Benja's costumes, as well as lighting and sets.
It's worth noting that the lunchbox was a required element that year.
Also worth noting that you've been hoarding weird lunchboxes like a 5th grader.
Also worth a note, yes. Castro, do you have anything to say about working with Nate and how awful it's been over the past 10 years?
Pretty damn bad. What can I say? Let's see. We got, man, all that Trek. And then let's see, that started 2010. So I would have met Nate roughly almost exactly a decade ago. And then, yeah, we would have started rehearsal about 10 years and 6 weeks ago. So,
what do you mean by all that Trek?
All that Star Trek stuff.
Trek in the Park, you say?
Yeah, that stuff. Like 4 years of it with him. Kind of crazy.
There's a lot of humility in this group. Several of the members of the Fetus and Fetu, or the Fetoid crew, were involved in Portland's famous Trek in the Park, which ran for 5 years, every summer for every weekend in a month. Very impressive. And that's how we kind of gathered some of these people, these miscreants, this motley crew. And the fact that everybody is so generous with their time for Trek in the Park, and then they kind of picked right back up with Fetus and Fetu films is really something to be admired. And we'll have more on that. But first, a commercial break.
Listen, I'm a stone cold goth. 100% USDA velveteen creeper, which is why I despise yogurt. I detest the color, the fruit at the bottom. And I don't know what Greek means, but I'm pretty sure it sucks. But not anymore. With Gothgurt, I finally have a yogurt substitute that's as black as my soul. Gothgurt comes in 3 flavors: black, dark purple, and Joy Division. Gothgurt! Look for it in your dairy aisle or the clearance section at Hot Topic.
Wow. Did that look delicious or what?
That was
I look
amazing.
forward to finding that in my nearest grocer or the clearance aisle. Did they carry it at Spencer's? I prefer that to Hot Topic.
No, that's a definite back wall of Hot Topic. Thank you for the titles on that, by the way. Who put the that? It looks gorgeous.
That would be Benja. Benja, great work. Someday we'd like to hear from you. Still looking for a Benja impersonator, by the way. Let's see if we have some more questions. Jeremy, what has your role been in the Fetus and Fetu world? I hear you like to get on the ground.
I do seem to spend a lot of time in every production on the ground, generally with a camera, but sometimes just in cupboards with the plumbing. Been several opportunities to be on the ground pointing cameras at female talent, which nobody has complained about so far, so I'll probably keep doing that. And I spend the rest of my time making lights come out of lunch boxes and sparkles come out of sandwiches and
You've made some really convincing boils too. Let's not forget the practical effects.
boils, warts, scars.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh, hi, everyone. Jesus Christ. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
When I'm not pointing cameras at people or doing effects, I tend to be the creepy guy in a trench coat, or the murder victim in the bathtub, or the murder victim at the coffee bar, or I think those have been my only instances of being murdered for Fetus and Fetu.
You're typecast. Blood typecast.
Oh, negative.
I think the typecast is you have to do everything. Yeah. You know, at any given time, I think we wear 2 to 3 hats for every production. How do we get Carolyn Main to give us the titles for the end and not pay her any money?
That is a good question. If we're focusing back on Between Two Worlds, we had a world-class graphic artist design our credits for us. I mean, we can go back and watch it again or do it on your own time. It's on YouTube, but there's very convincing anatomy in the volleyball scene.
Right.
Absolutely. And she showed up, and I think on the end of the last day and gave that to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just disappeared into a cave and emerged with that.
Yeah, and because
it's miraculous.
We had her play one of the lead characters, played Tango Charlie for Quantum Doorway, and you know, it's so us to push that a little bit further and try and get free art out of people. Speaking of which, Ryan, that piece looks great.
Oh yeah. Yes, it does. I like it.
Ryan, have you been working on your matte paintings?
A little bit here and there. Ben just says he's going to let me put some of them in his movie.
In Quantum Doorway when that eventually happens.
We're shopping it around right now, right? That's what's happening.
Yeah. That's why I'm dressed like this, so people will take me seriously.
This is that's really kind of the end game for all of this is to get our hands. Right now we've got 11 participants supposedly, and if we can keep going, we can keep re-releasing kind of our own stock and
Our
bringing
library.
those in. Our library, the vault, the Fetoid vault.
Wipe it down before you open the door.